ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joseph Novichkov, Senior Trading Manager with GDM. Today's outlook, firstly, we're going to start with the Asian markets. They were mixed on Wednesday with energy stocks under pressure, of course, following overnight declines in oil prices. And also, traders awaited to see if the world's top oil producer could reach an agreement to cut production levels. Right now, we're tracking the Shanghai Composite. It was down about 1%, or about 32.35 points at 3250.60, while of course respectively the Shanghai Composite down simply just 3.45 points, or about 0.15% to 2106.90. Japan's Nikkei 225 closed flat at 18308.45, or just 0.08% to the north. Also tracking the dollar versus the Japanese yen, as we can see, it's higher at the moment. However, it rose about 0.3% to 112.69 earlier. Right now is at 112.75 at 0.35%, or about 39 to the yen. Also, that's on the back, basically, on the upbeat GDP data from US on the previous session. That is after 6-month highs climbing on the dollar. European markets were higher broadly, or on Wednesday, of course, that was with investors closely following political developments in Italy and in also the potential OPEC deal. That is also on the back of better news around the participants in the stocks European 600, which is right now 0.3% to the positive side, or almost 1%. And as we mentioned, the basic resources, they fell by more than 1.5%. However, with the metals continuing to tick slightly lower on Wednesday. Also seeing that the FTSE 100 is coming off the losses from yesterday. Right now is up about 25.3 points, or about 0.35% on the positive side. The DAX 30 is 0.5% higher, or about 52.4 points. The euro is slightly lower. However, it was about 0.08% to the downside at 1.0638. That is after the gains of 1.066. But of course, pairing some of the gains on the stronger dollar, that was overnight following upbeat US GDP data in the previous session. The pound also slipped initially with 0.2% to 1.2474 after rising about 0.6% on Tuesday, aided in part after data showing lendings to Britons expanded last month at the fastest annual pace in about 11 years. While of course we're seeing that the mortgage approvals were stronger than expected. But of course now it's almost flat at 1.2490, or just about 0.02% up. Gold fell on Tuesday on expectations of rising US interest rates, also on a higher dollar and improving sentiment for global economic growth, which of course means that investors are likely to favor more risky assets such as equities. Gold was slightly down about 0.07% at 1189.09, or almost about 80 cents to the south. Oil markets slightly higher in nervous trading, as we can see, broadly 3% up ahead of the OPEC meeting later in the day, with of course members of the producer cartel trying to trash out an output cut to curb oversupply that has been seen more than half prices since 2014. West Texas Intermediate crude futures, as we mentioned, about $1.45 to the positive side, or almost 3.15% up at 46.67 a barrel. And of course, the most important news in the calendar today, OPEC meeting throughout the day. Later in the day, of course, we will see the development of it. EU CPI index coming at 10 o'clock and 12:30. Mario Draghi will have a brief speech. That's all from today's important news. Of course, we will keep you up to date, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.